Hi and welcome to Bonita's Kitchen, and thank you for joining us. Today we are excited to bring to you a slow cooked boiled dinner recipe. Now there's no magic to this recipe. This is one we are cooking today for ourselves because I had said to Raymond, instead of taking out the boiler and spending the whole day cooking this dinner, we're going to cook it in the slow cooker. And it's only a few simple steps, but it takes you into the same recipe for our Sunday dinner or our Jiggs dinner. But today we're slow cooking it. So if this interests you, stick around and let's get started.
Always an open door. Bonita's kitchen to yours. Bonita's kitchen to yours.
So our boiled dinner is pretty much made up of root vegetables, which is turnip, parsnip, carrot, cabbage and potatoes. I got two different types of potatoes there, and what I did was cut it into pieces, like the cabbage in quarters and my parsnip in quarters, and then got it soaking. Now you can soak it overnight, is what we used to do years ago, or just put it into some water until you're ready to layer it in your slow cooker. Now I'm going to show you our salt beef or salt ribs you could use, or you haven't got to use it, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Now this is a bucket of salted ribs. You can also get salted beef, and this is optional today for this recipe, but here in Newfoundland and Labrador we love cooking with that when we're doing our boiled dinner or our Jiggs dinner Sunday dinner. And we'll talk about that. Now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of your time talking about how to cook this because we got Jiggs Dinner up on Bonita's Kitchen and the full method. We got Jiggs pastries, or Jiggs Dinner and pastries up on our channel as well, and we can share those links with you. This is basically today, myself and Raymond is going to take a me day. We don't want to spend all day cooking, and we're going to put our meal in the slow cooker. So this one is for 2 people, but if you got a big old slow cooker, you can just chop down one in. So what I did with the salt ribs that you just seen there then, I just took out a nice chunk. I soaked it overnight. You can soak it for an hour or so, or you can just boil it in the pot for about half an hour to an hour. Drain off some of that water and then put some in. So I'm going to show you that here, and I got it boiled part cooked because I'm going to put it into the pot. Now if you don't want to boil it before you're in a rush, you could put it in your slow cooker raw, but you definitely got to soak it overnight to get the salt off. And we'll talk more about that as well, because it'll give you another option if you don't want to use salt beef or salt pork. I'm getting exfoliated here today, Raymond. All this
I think what it is you mainly, we're thinking about the me day where we can sit back Sunday afternoon and watch a good movie.
Yeah, I know,
While
right? Or go for a Sunday drive.
Slow cooker is cooking.
Go for a Sunday drive and see how much snow is out there, or rain. Now let me just show you this. Now I found that this was a little salty, so I wanted to take most of the salt off, and I do have it part cooked there, and even if it's all the ways cooked, that's not a problem because it'll only just fall off the bone. I drained off the water, but I kept it aside because this is a nice brine. You could use this for other stuff if you want to do it, if you're cooking and you want to have that salt for using it. I want to keep this water here with the salt pork because I'm going to be adding that over our vegetables when I put it in the slow cooker. And now let's talk a little bit about that. Now most of the time myself and Raymond don't cook with salt beef. We'll just put all the vegetables in the slow cooker or in our boiler and add about a teaspoonful of sea salt. And the sea salt just gives it enough in there that blends all that together. And it's not salty and it's not too fresh, is what we would say. But here today I wanted to use the salt ribs because I want that in the bottom of my slow cooker. So pretty much if you don't want to use this, just go with sea salt. I'll leave that recipe with you in under this video. Now I'm going to take all of my vegetables with this salt pork, put it into my slow cooker, and then get it cooking, and I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to be putting the salt pork, and inside here as well I had a full onion that I cooked on the second boil of the salt pork. I had put an onion in there to go along with it. Now as you can see, there might be another couple of pieces down there, but I can't seem to find it. I'm going to keep that broth there, and I'm going to add that to this slow cooker after. But right now I'm going to bring over my bowl of vegetables and put it right on top of that salt pork. Now I'm saying salt pork because that's the one I got there today, but you can get salt beef, or again just leave it out. Just look at the green leaves. You still can get a few right now. I love the green leaves. So I'm layering it there. Salt beef, salt pork, your cabbage, then your turnip, because remember we're slow cooking this and we're just leaving it. Myself and Raymond is going to have a day to ourselves, and then we're going to come back. We call this our stay in cook. We go out for the day, and when we come back the slow cooker is making this house smell so good.
That's what it is. Slow cooker in my books is called a babysitter.
Well, yeah,
really.
yeah, for sure. We keep the potatoes right on top, but you still got to submerge them in under the broth. So if they're not quite in under the broth when you put it down there, put it a little bit lower down. So that's cabbage, turnip, carrot, potato. Parsnip is optional, but we love it here. My mom loves it, and we always, even though we cook for two, but we always got enough to share with Mom and Aunt Clara. So I'm going to put that in there. Now I'm going to show you what to do next. Now, like I was saying, this broth here is the second boil, so it is already, I've tasted it, it tastes lovely. There's not too much salt in there. But if you don't want to use that, you could use vegetable broth, you could use water. I boiled a kettle over there as well to put hot water into this. But what I'm going to do is put the hot water from that salt pork that I cooked, and I'm going to leave it about a quarter the ways from the top. But 3/4 the way up, a quarter the ways from the top. And just look at this, guys. I told you there was another piece of salt beef in there. I'm gonna just pop it onto the top, and same with the onions. Now I might have to tuck those potatoes down because you don't want the potatoes to go brown, even if you got to put a couple of carrots up there as well. And then all you need to do after you got it all filled like that, put the lid on, and now we're going to talk about how long to cook it for. So now I'm going to take my bowl, my slow cooking bowl, put into the slow cooker, and I'm going to put it on a low. If I was home and I wanted to cook this a little bit faster, but not like I would be on the stove top, I'm in and out, I'll put it on a high. But because we're going to be going out, I'm going to put it on low, and I'm going to let it cook. Over the day, I'm going to let it cook anywhere from 6 to 8 hours if you're at work and you're cooking this, or if you're out and about, is what we would say. Just leave it there with the lid on a safe surface, either your stove top or a counter that's away from any other things. And then when you come home, the house is going to smell absolutely amazing. Now before we go on to the next portion and take it all up and show you, we can make a quick gravy. Now right now I don't have anything with this, it's just the vegetables. You can serve it just like that with the salt pork or the salt beef and the vegetables. Make yourself a quick gravy and then serve it. Or if you got leftover chicken or roasts or even turkey that you've cooked and you want to save some for the day that you decided to do a slow cook boiled dinner, you can save that plus the drippings. So after I'm going to show you how to make a quick gravy, and then we're going to scoop up then our slow cooked boiled dinner, and we'll show you what that looks like. Our slow cooked boiled dinner is done, but we're going to make a quick gravy here first in this pot, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So put your pot on the stove, put it on a medium heat. Now, if you don't have drippings from a chicken or beef roast, you could put 2 tablespoonfuls of butter down there. But because I got drippings from the chicken that we did today to have with our meal, I'm going to start first with those drippings. Just look at that, Raymond. I mean, you can just dip your bread into that,
yeah,
right?
No problem.
And it's also got some little pieces of the stuffing in there, which makes it lovely. I'm going to sprinkle in there about 2 tablespoonfuls of flour and mix that through. And you do the same if you're making this with the butter in the pan. Now, as you can see, it's starting to thicken. So if you don't have the drippings like I did from a chicken, you could use an oxo bully chicken flavor, or you can use a turkey or a beef flavor to do your gravy, and that's just to put that extra taste on there. And of course, don't forget to take about 2 cups of that boiled dinner broth and put in air to bring up those flavors. And of course, all of that juice there got the salt pork, it's got turnip, carrot, parsnip, potato. Hey, Raymond,
It's got the whole kit and caboodle.
Yes, and you know what? Years ago, this would be my dad's side of his food drink. It'll have a little, they'll call it a cup of liquor. Cup of liquor, yeah, and that's what they would have with their boiled dinner, their Sunday dinner, or we would also call it our Jiggs Dinner, and of course, that's without the gravy.
When you're getting all the vitamins from all the vegetables,
oh my gosh,
and everything. So
everything is just so good, eh? So whatever you want to do there, if you want to make a little bit more gravy, I don't need no more than that, but you can pour all of that in there. It's just the 2 of us, so we're just going to make a small amount. But if you want to make more, just keep it boiling. It'll keep thickening, and you'll keep adding in your broth. Now let's get over and scoop up our slow-cooked boiled dinner. Now, I would always say keep your gravy on simmering while you're waiting to serve it, but you can also have this meal without any gravy, just the vegetables, and that's it. So I'm going to turn it off and take it out of my slow cooker without burning myself. Put it on this cork. I'm going to bring you in closer and show you what it looks like and scoop it up. Can't wait. So now here it is. You were out all day long, or you were sitting back watching a movie, and you decided to put your boiled dinner on in the slow cooker. So pretty much what you would do, now you won't take it out displayed like this. What we usually do is take out what we want from the slow cooker, but I want to show you all of this separate to show you how beautiful it's cooked. And I still don't have that smell version on there, Raymond. I know our viewers.
No, I'm still working on that smell
version. Yeah. You'll get that, because we got our viewers out there just waiting for that, and they want to just scratch the screen and smell it. Now these are 2 different potatoes there. They were a white potato. Sometimes I mix and matches them, of course. We had a white potato and a red potato. My dad used to always grow the red potato because that was his favorite, and also blue potato. I don't know if anyone heard about that before.
Yeah.
But that's that little piece of salt beef. That's there for you, but let
That's not. Yeah, I'll leave that to tasting at last.
Let it cool just a little, Raymond. I'm going to find some room over there for that cabbage. Now, guys, am I making you hungry today? Just look at this. Now you can see yourself just taking out that dusty old slow cooker. So
this is my plate, right?
This is your plate, Raymond. Of course, you know it is. Oh, bless us all, you know. Oh my gosh, I want to just display all of this beautiful vegetables and the salt ribs. Get over there, cabbage. That's my favorite. Look, the green, and show you. Now, what do you think of this? Now I'm going to take up a plate and put some gravy over it. That'll make you hungry.
Sounds good to me.
Of course, because we were early birds this morning, I'm going to say, I cooked a chicken in advance because I wanted to have it with this today. But I do have the chicken available on Bonita's Kitchen, and I can share that with you. But I'm just going to take up now a little helping of each, and I'm going to show you that. So hopefully you're not going to get too hungry here today, but you just can go out and make this right away. This is all simple vegetables. Now just look at this. I mean, parsnip, Raymond, is Mom's favorite. You know that, eh? Like, she just wants to have that all the time. Now, this is the chicken. Of course, it's been sitting there today, and I know that Raymond is just waiting to get into it. And again, the chicken is not really a part of this boiled dinner today. It's just, I got it there for us because this is our meal tonight, is this delicious ensemble there of our boiled dinner. Of course, I got to give Raymond, just look at that gravy. Isn't that just lovely?
Fantastic.
I got to give Raymond a taste of this now without burning himself. There you go, Raymond.
Oh, thank you.
That is just lovely. And I got to grab a spoon.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Somewhat ready.
Mm.
And just pour it over. Oh my gosh, look, Raymond.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Now that's it. Keep your gravy on warm. Just keep scooping it up, and if you got any leftovers, put it in your mason jar. Now, let's have a little taste. I don't think I really got to sell you on this meal today because, again, we've got this up on Bonita's Kitchen that we put up there many years ago, but this is just showing you that you can cook it in your slow cooker and not have to worry about it. I love cabbage. Oh my gosh. Drop the fork, delicious. Even if I didn't have the gravy, not so much Raymond, he's got to have gravy. I can eat this without gravy.
2 thumbs up for the gravy as well.
2 thumbs up as well. But if you wanted to have it just the vegetables, no salt beef or salt pork, you can cook it with a teaspoonful of sea salt. If you're cooking it with the salt beef or the salt pork, part cook it in advance, or if you don't have time, soak it overnight. Soak it overnight.
Yeah.
But that's it. This is as good as it gets, and I can't wait for you to make it. Just saying to Raymond, I'm boiling now from in this kitchen with all the heat, but that's okay. I'm going to share this recipe with you in under our video, and as well, if you like this recipe, you can send me a message at bonitakitchen@gmail.com, or visit us on our Facebook page or www.bonitaskitchen.com. So we're not going to take any more of your time. We know it's precious. We thank each and every one of you for stopping by here today. And if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to know more about it, just leave us a comment in the description bar below this video. On behalf of myself, Raymond, and our team, and from our kitchen to yours, you have an amazing day. Oh my gosh, Raymond. I am going to love this.
This is what I call a relaxing afternoon.
We had a beautiful day.
Yep. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Join us by the sea. A journey in culinary. Always an open door. Bonita's Kitchen to yours. Bonita's Kitchen. To yours.